Hello there, this is Cyborg,
And Bumblebee.
and we're going to be talking about Absolute Batman Volumes 1 and 2.
I think that this is a very interesting take on the character. It's definitely a departure from what we know and love.
You're not wrong, because while I do enjoy the whole deal with Batman beating on his rogue gallery, it is somewhat interesting to see him befriend them, or how I should say, childhood friends growing up. It was a little off putting because they're his rogue gallery, but I digress, because possibly, maybe, they be a part of his team. I don't know. We still have to read when the next issues come out. What say you?
I think, like I said before, it's an interesting take on the character. They definitely switched some things up. He's not an orphan, and all of his he didn't grow up, rich and powerful, so to say. His dad is a teacher, and his mom is a social worker, and his the rogue gallery that we know in the regular timeline universe he grew up with in Crime Alley.
Yeah, and he's not a billionaire trust fund baby. That's not the important part. The important part is why in the actual heck is he so buff? There is no reason for him to be that strong.
He works out.
His calf is the size of my face.
He works out.
I don't care how much he works out. That boy is big. And I'm not talking about fat. If he really wanted to crush someone's head, I'm pretty sure he could. And it wouldn't be no effort to it. And that is both interesting and terrifying at the same time.
I think another thing that I thought was interesting was how they chose to portray him and the weapons that he does have. He doesn't have his high-tech suit, or at least not that we know of, but the bat logo on his chest turns into an axe.
Oh my gosh.
And the ears on his cowl turn into knives.
And apparently, at the end of his cape, there are hooks. And he can just dig them into the ceiling and just hang there. That thing better be stronger than vibranium to hold his big muscular behind.
And at the end of issue 2, we saw him driving his version of the Batmobile.
Let me tell you something. That's probably about the only thing that I found somewhat sensible in this whole thing. He has a dump truck as his Batmobile. I'm not mad about that. Like, it looks like a whole house at first.
It's pretty big.
It's huge. Then you got Alfred, Uncle Al. You do not mess with Alfred. And even in this issue of it, version of Alfred, he is still a badass times 10. Like, I guess he's part of the FBI, CIA, Special Forces of some sort. I don't know, but he is.
I'm interested to see how that relationship develops as we continue getting issues.
Well, it seems as though he likes him to a certain extent, I might add. He literally tried to save him, and Batman was like, "Nah, we good. We already moving. We're in our safe place." That big dump truck. My gosh.
Well, any other final thoughts?
What I would like to see is not the Robins, but how they incorporate his rogue gallery into it all, because that would be probably about the most interesting thing. And if they're going to be evil or if they're going to be good.
Yeah, that's another thing. I want to see how the relationship with Alfred is going to turn out in this series. And also, I'm interested to see, because we have his, his friends from childhood. We have the Riddler, we have Two-Face, we have Killer Croc, we have Selena Kyle, and the Penguin. I'm interested to see if those characters develop into, the Rogues Gallery villains that we know, or if they're going to be on the good side in this series.
Right.
But I guess we'll have to find out in issue 3 that comes out this week and beyond.
Maybe we'll let you guys know our thoughts and feelings on this upcoming comic. Tune in next time.
Check out your local comic book shop for issue 3 of Absolute Batman. We will.
And don't forget about Absolute Superman. That is coming out with its second one, I believe.
3rd issue in 2 weeks.
3rd issue. And don't forget about Absolute Wonder Woman,
which comes out next week. But we'll be doing videos on those as well.
All right. Y'all take care and stay fly.